Here's a question I have for you. Are you being yourself? And what do I mean by that is, are you pretty much trying to let that inner personality come out, or are you just blindly following somebody else's model? And I totally get it. The challenge we all have is that the society sometimes forces us to follow a model, be like a celebrity, be like this person, be like that person. And when we do that, we miss on the opportunity of actually being ourselves, because after all, you're gifted with who you are, right? Because everybody's taken. Be yourself, right? There's no way to you can actually become somebody else. So it's like, if you follow the model of somebody else, it's good, to look up to somebody and have a role model and then learn something from their life and apply it to your life. But if you're trying to just be a copy of them, don't do that, because there's no way you can be a copy of them. They have a different story, they have different situation, different struggles, completely different life and circumstances than you. So my question for you is that, are you being yourself or not, right? Or are you falling into this trap of society of just following other people's model? And this is something that I personally resonate with this a lot, because I used to live in a part of the world where it was a lot harder to be myself, right? So that was the situation for me. It's like I had to always kind of wear this mask and try to show myself as a different person, have a different personality, and sometimes I even had to change that mask depending on the situation that I was in. And that was really hard for me, because I'm kind of an outspoken person. So, but since I live in Canada, or at least in the western side of the world, it's a lot easier for me to be myself, because it took me years to be able to finally remove that mask and allow myself to just be who I am, right? And it's so easy because it's there. You don't even have to do anything. You just have to just kind of like open the doors and let it come out. And my hope for you is that you can do the same way. So I got a 3-step framework that I think if you start using that, you'll be able to do that, to do the same thing, and then see the gift of who you actually are. So step number 1 is that you want to actually surround yourself by people who themselves are being very authentic, and they are doing that. Because once you see other people around you being themselves, then they kind of give you the permission you need for you to also be yourself. And then you feel like, oh, all right, maybe I don't need to hide, or maybe I don't need to wear this mask. Look at these people, they're being themselves, and look how successful they are by doing that. So that hopefully that kind of can act as an inspiration for you to do the same. The second thing you can do is to actually create a list of your values and your beliefs. That's a really good place to start, because by writing them down, you'll kind of start thinking about what are the things that you actually care about, what are the things you stand for, what are the things that that is important to you, so that when you see that list, you kind of start practicing those and actually project that into the world around you. And the last step is to practice this. So start with the strangers. A lot of times might be harder to do this with your friends and family, because you have this fear of judgment, and you're like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. What if I say something they don't like, or what if they're gonna judge me? And I totally get it. So start with the strangers. Go to a party, go to a networking event, go somewhere where there's other people, and start just be yourself for once. It's like, if they don't know you, then it's that fear of judgment should be kind of minimal, because if they don't know you, then who cares what they think, right? I mean, you should never really care about what other people think about you, but especially when you're trying to be yourself, right? So, but I've talked about this topic to a lot of my friends and colleagues before, and the number one challenge for everybody is really that fear of judgment that I kind of mentioned. And one of the best ways to get over that is by just practicing being yourself. Like, once you do this a few times, and then it becomes a habit, and then you just after a while you don't even realize. So it's a very smooth transition, because you don't even realize. After a while you're like, oh look, I'm just being myself. And if you want to see how this has happened for other people, just go read their stories, go watch their videos of some famous people that you look up to, and then you'll see how they have also changed. And the reason they're today successful is because they finally found a way to connect with who they are internally and let that shine into their external world. Okay, that's my hope for you, so that you can take this and take these 3 steps. So number 1 was surround yourself by other people who are being authentic. Number 2 is to make a list of values and beliefs that you actually stand for, so that gives you the opportunity of what to say and how to act. And lastly, start practicing this with the strangers, people who don't necessarily know you, so that you can start building the habit of being yourself. And that's it. If you enjoyed today's video, my name is Pedram. Make sure you share it with a friend, a colleague, a coworker, a family member. If you know somebody in your life who's struggling with this situation and is not truly being themselves, and they have this opportunity, if it's yourself, please act on it. If it's somebody else, share the video with them, and my hope is that this video will help them also fulfill their potential. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.